Flosstube number 11. I'm a little confused because the one I recorded from last week didn't upload, so for different reasons. I did record one last week, so this one's going to be a long one, as you can see. That's haul, so I'll get to that. So I'm going to try to update you over what's occurred over the past 2 weeks, because yeah, it's been a while. Like I said, I will do my best to remember what I stitched on and show you guys updates, but again, I'm a little confused. So, for anyone that's new, this is a channel about cross stitch. I will do other crafts. I got into it with diamond painting, as you can see hanging on my wall over here. Eventually I'll kind of pick that back up, and you'll see other things kind of go on throughout the channel. However, for right now, that's kind of where I'm at. I got into cross stitch in March, and I haven't wanted to put it down. So I have a big old Christmas present that's technically supposed to be done before Christmas this year. I don't know if I'm going to get it done. We'll see. I'll try. I probably will. It just would take me putting down cross stitch, and I don't want to do that right now. So, some updates. Girls won their first softball game, not this past Tuesday, the Tuesday before. I wasn't happy with the umpire that we had on at the Saturday game, and then they got blown out of the water on Thursday's game. And I was laughing because Friday was Galleria, Needlework Galleria, and I had bought the weekend pass for it. So I had driven down Thursday, and I've kind of got it separated into Thursday, Friday, and Saturday over here, along with mail haul. Projects are over here. So this is going to be a long haul video. I spent way more than I needed to. But anyway, I drove down after work on Thursday to get the shop hop kind of going, and then in the process I drove back because Friday, you know, was a work day, so I didn't want to take that day off, especially knowing that I have the Steel City Stitchers retreat in February that I'm going to. So I don't like to be out of work usually, so because it's usually more work when you're out of work. So I drove down, drove back, and then I drove down Friday night and did a few more things at Galleria, and then Saturday was both Galleria and it was my cousin's, technically my cousin's daughter, but my cousin. She had her wedding in August, and so it was their kind of like celebration, their reception, if you will. Only I got stories about that too. Life happened, man. So, let's talk about what I was stitching on. I usually did my very, very best. This is a bag I made. I don't remember whose pattern I looked off of, to be honest with you. I don't remember. I think I finished, like I said, if you've seen this one, then anyway. So I finished on my Holiday Quaker. This is Holiday Quaker by Leela's Studio. I had finished this motif, and I really like how it's coming along. The fabric is a 28 count Jovelin from Stitch Me in the colorway Winter Blues. And like I said, super pretty, super cute. If you saw this already, I apologize. Like I said, I don't remember what you guys have seen and what you haven't seen. So there is that. I am stitching this 2/2, and I'm really enjoying it. I like the Quakers, surprisingly. I didn't think I would be a big Quaker fan, but then wanting to join in on some stitching groups, you know, online, especially because up until this weekend I really didn't know, you know, where to go, because I don't have an LNS. I guess the closest one you could say would be Inspired Needle up in Chicago, or some out in the Quad Cities that, you know, they're a good distance away. So, or in Springfield, that's like an hour, excuse me, an hour and a half. So, yeah, I mean, anyway, so I signed up for Michelle G's at Bendy Stitchy Designs. I signed up for her Quaker Zooms. I'm doing this in all the called for, by the way. I just flipped the, oh, this is a 28 count Lugana, not a Joblin. My bad. One of these is a Joblin. I don't know what it is though. I don't know which project I'm stitching on a Joblin. Or maybe I have the Joblin, but I haven't started stitching on it yet. That's a possibility. I don't know. I'm a little confused with life right now. So, as you guys I'm sure could tell. Anyway, called for. This one was also in a bag that I made. But I think I finished that motif. And then when I finished that motif, I moved on to one of my other projects that I'll show you in a second. But because it's in a bag. It's in a bag, so it's okay. One of the big projects that I've been trying to keep up with, I try to keep up with any SAL that I join. And I'm sure you guys might have known that already, because when they did the Transtastic SAL, I tried to keep up with that. I didn't get it finished, but anyway, the Witchy Stitcher, she came out with her Cryptid SAL, and so I got Nightcrawler done. I think you guys saw that. Enfield Horror was the new one from like the 17th, I think. So I got that stitched, and then I think I finished stitching the motif on Holiday Quaker, and this is from Mad for Minders, and I'm stitching this lovely piece, even though the purple, it's lavender. It is like a lilac color. Like it is purple. Okay. It does not show, it shows up like gray on my cameras for some reason. I cannot get it to change. Again, I'll work on my lighting. But I worked on Enfield Horror, got that one done. I'm stitching this 2/2 on a 32 count Zweigart linen, Belfast linen, in the colorway Lavender. For those of you who didn't know that I was like struggling trying to figure out which one I wanted to use. All the called for DMC. About the only thing that I changed obviously was the kind of fabric color. I didn't do it on like a vintage kind of look. Well, I did. I looked up what kind of colors went with like vintage gothic, because that's what she said to kind of choose, and there was that like kind of dusky grayish purple, and I really liked it, so I was like, I'm gonna do it on purple. And so there you have it. Cryptid SAL by the Witchy Stitcher. If I go too fast, just message me and say, hey, what was that you were doing, because I got a lot to go through and I don't want this to be 3 hours long for y'all. So I got caught up on that, and then there was no release for that this week, which was lovely. But after I picked that up, finished the motif for my Holiday Quaker, I wanted to finish my blue color. This ain't finished. This is not finished at all. But I wanted to finish the blue color on, so this is Periwinkle Peony on my Transpride Tapestry. Original art by Kari, I believe it's Nakin. I could be pronouncing that last name wrong, and I apologize. The pattern, it was obviously changed into a cross stitch pattern by Dee from Dee's 20 Stitches. Both of them, they did amazing work on this. So I finished all the blue, so I just have the two colors left. I have my Lily of the Valley, which is this pinkish color, and then the white. There's something like 5,030 stitches of white for this unicorn. I'm not ready. But I need to pick it up again. But really what I need to pick up is my There Is No Planet B and finish that, get caught up on that before, I don't know, next Friday, because that's October 1st. Are you kidding me? And they're releasing another one then. And then you're going to have another Cryptid. Like, I can't with all of these. And then today in Michelle's live this morning, she wants to do another Halloween one, and I'm from the Tiny Modernist, and I'm like, geez Louise, I can't keep up with all of this. Anyway, absolutely love this. This is, the fabric is a 32 count Belfast linen from Stitch Me. Stitch Me dyed it. It's a Friday Night Fight Night win, so it is unnamed. I am stitching this 2/2, and I am using Ymir's silks from All in Studios, and they're amazing. Haven't used any of the other silks that I've got, but hey, oh, there you have it. Absolutely pretty. Really loving this pattern. Really loving this stitch. It's lovely. This is not going on the floor over there. The bag will, that I made to go with it, but this is not. This is going to go back up over here. So yeah, really enjoying that one. So then on Sunday, I was sorting, oh, not today, Sunday. I'm recording this on Sunday, September 26th. So a week ago was the Zoom number 2 for MMIW G2S and our marathon for MMIW G2S, and I signed up for that one. I made my donation, and I joined in. I probably didn't donate as much as I could have, only from the standpoint of I was going to Galleria, and I spent way more than I needed to there. Way more than I needed to. Somebody stop me. So in Michelle's live before that, I spent the weekend with Michelle G last weekend, like the weekend, because I spent her morning Twitch stream, the MMIW G2S in the afternoon / evening, and then I had the coffee and chat on Monday. So I was with Michelle G like all weekend, and so one of the things with the second Zoom chat for MMIW G2S was Jessie from Miss Lake Pages was going to be there, and obviously Jessie's doing Season of Smalls, and so I was like, okay, I need to start a small. So I searched through all of my patterns, and I was trying to make sure that I had the floss that I needed for it, and I knew that I had gotten also from Jessie the Sulky pack for the Moo the Merrier patterns. And so I looked through the Moo the Merriers that I had, and I really didn't see too much fabric that I could use when I started pulling out all of my fabric. And then all of a sudden I came across a pattern that I was like, I'm going to have to do this. So when they asked what we were stitching on, I was like, I'm going to start this pattern during this Zoom meeting, and because I had a fabric that was going to work with it. I had, everything was kind of worked out, that I could do it, and it was like 60 by 60. So I was like, perfect, Season of Smalls, absolutely. So when they asked what I was stitching on, I go, there is at least one person who is extremely familiar with this pattern. So I stitched on Thistle by Michelle G at Bendy Stitchy. They all laughed, which was the whole goal. But I didn't get too much done on that Sunday. I think I finished like the blue, like these flowers down here. I finished everything up through the skirt except for that blue. So the blue dress, and that all came Monday and Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, Michelle went live again on her Twitch stream, and I wanted to finish all the backstitch while we were on Zoom. Only it took me, I had to do some running around, and my power was out, and like the world was not happy with me for some reason. But in the process, I learned the couching method, which was very helpful. So Michelle G, thank you very much for that little tip and trick. But she turned out super cute. I did this on Garden Party from Stitch Me. It was her fabric of the month for August, and it's a 32 count linen. Again, the colorway is Garden Party, and then I used the called for sulkies and she turned out super cute. I mean, I tried to get it so that it would look like there was grass down here, but I guess I could have gone a little bit further, a little bit lower, but that's alright. It turned out really cute, and I liked it a lot. So, I have an idea what I'm going to do with this, and that's like in here. So we'll get there. Anyway, 15 minutes in, and I've gotten through most of my whips. This took me, again, Sunday I stitched on this, Monday I stitched on this, Tuesday I stitched on this. One of those days, I think Monday, I tried to get, I could have done like the rest of the bull? Anyway, could have done the rest of Thistle, but I was wiped, so it took until Tuesday for me to get that finished, and then like I said, I finished that on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, there was like 0 stitching time because most of my time was spent driving. However, I did after, because Wednesday was the autumn equinox. So Wednesday was the start of fall. And I was hearing all these people with their fall starts, and I was like, oh, I need to have a fall start too. What do I want to do? So it took me a second, and then I realized I had bought a pattern from Heaven and Earth Designs page, and it's Which Way by Molly Harrison. And I think it's Harrison. And I really liked it. I went back and forth before I finally bought it, but I was like, I'm going to get 100 stitches in on this on the first day, so I could say that I had an autumn start. And so I did. There it is. Ooh. Banging start, right? I am just kicking it right out there. Can you tell that it's Which Way yet? I don't think you can. I know which way it's up though. I mean, that's a plus. Anyway, this is done on a 28 count easy grid. I think this is wide art. Called for DMCs. I got this lovely little bobbin thing in here. I'd use these, and I have the Q-snap. I keep it in this bag I got from a Be Stitch Me box. I don't remember who made it, to be honest with you, and I don't see a little box on it anywhere. But anyway, as you guys know, I keep scissors and needles and everything in all of my projects. So I put the scissor fob that came in that box, and then my little box with that. So that's all in. Oh shoot, where did these come from? I think from this one. I think this one. We're gonna put it in here. I think it came from my holiday clicker. Alright, so stitching this on 28 count 1/1, because I want it to be pretty, but I don't need it to be gigantic. No, I'm done with that. I don't want gigantic. I got gigantic hanging on my walls right now in the form of diamond paintings. I don't need them to be any bigger than that. So I was super excited about that. I do have 2 new starts. They would fit for Season of Smalls, so I am going to have to bring that out, but I will bring that out when I start talking about my Galleria trip. So there you have all the stitching that I did through Wednesday. So from my last Flosstube until Wednesday. A few things that I got in the mail. This came from Coffee and Chat, I think, maybe. So we're going into mail call at this point. I did start to slow down on purchasing things because I realized I'm getting a lot of stuff. So one of the things that Kaya Rose, I think, not 100% sure. Somebody on one of our Zoom calls had this lovely little frog. And if you, well, here, I'll just do it like this. Here's my frog. And that's right, that frog says a very bad word, except for the fact that you can't see it right now, because my finger is covering the worst part of it. So, but you can obviously put it together what this frog says, because whenever it frogs, that's the word you want to say, right? So I can't wait to like have this guy on just about all of my projects, because I frog at least one stitch in every single project. And I am kind of I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, a little bit OCD, so sometimes I don't like when things aren't the way that they're supposed to be. It drives me a little bit crazy. I did stop at Joann's today on my way home, and I picked up, the reason I'm bringing this up now is because this is the DMC for, most of it anyway, for Which Way by Molly Harrison. But I also picked up the Just Cross Stitch October like hard copy. I think I have a subscription for the digital copy. One of the other things that came in the mail like a week ago or two or something was, oops, sorry, that's my, oh, I forgot I got that book. Yeah, I don't think you guys know about that book yet. What's this one? Nope, not that one. I'm trying to find my magazines here and not like really mess up my entire world. Anywho, there it is. In the mail came my copy of the Punch Needle and Permanent Stitcher. I really like this Barbarian squirrel. I think it's cute. If it were a possum, it would be more apropos, but that's okay. For those of you that don't know, my dog likes to bring in possums. And I think since the last time I told you about it, she has brought in two. And then I also ordered this cross stitch from the Soul from Amazon, because there's at least one pattern in here that I was like, I need that one, because I joined her Facebook page and somebody had completed it, and I thought it was a really, really good, I like this one, the Always Be Yourself, because the people that matter don't mind, and those that do, don't matter. And the ones that mind don't matter. That's the way it says. But it's a good one that I want to put up in my classroom. But it is this one. When it rains, look for rainbows. When it's dark, look for stars. I saw that and I was like, I need to go buy that. I had it on my wish list, or I had it kind of on, you know, off to the side to purchase. Just hadn't pulled the trigger. And then, like I said, I saw that on her Facebook page and was like, nope, gotta get it. Let's see. I don't remember what order they came in. There's a pattern. Anyway. Some Stitchy kindness. I follow somebody on Instagram, and if she was giving away some charts, so all you had to do was comment, and she would, if you know, do a random comment picker type thing, and then if your name was picked, she would send you those that you kind of looked at. And I was like, well, these are super cute, so I decided to get them. This is the Four Seasons house by Bent Creek. I got a lot of Bent Creek ones. And I think that I wanted this one because during that Zoom for MMIWG2S, I think somebody held that one up. And I was like, ooh. But I had forgotten like half the time which one I like looked at the time. But anyway, there's another Bent Creek. It says Walking in a Winter Snapperland, and it's a little ice skater. How cute is that? And it's got the snaps in it. I don't want to show too much of the pattern, but it's got the little snaps, or you know, that are in the picture. And then this one is Walking in a Winter Snapperland Sleigh Ride. This one also has the snaps in it. It looks like it's for the horse's buckle there. And this one is Walking in a Winter Snapperland. It's called Chalet. This this one also has the snaps in it. So I really like those. I thought they were super cute. So that was a little bit of Stitchy kindness from, I didn't ask if I could say their name, so I'm not going to, but thank you to those that sent me that, if she follows me on here, or if she sees it. I appreciate it. I'm kind of excited about those. Those are super cute little smalls. Those are super cute little smalls. Okay, next is my fabric and floss or silks of the month from Brandy at Stitch Me. She got a really cute bag this month. It's all these turtles because they're amazing. I got a story about that when I get to talking about Galleria. Ooh, I haven't looked at it. After the Harvest. This one's in neutral. So I think I do her every other, I think she does every other month. One of it's a neutral, one of it's like a color. Ooh, wow, look at that. At the pumpkin patch. Man, she went crazy with those colors there. So this ooh, that is looking blue / gray. It is not as green. I swear to you, it is like a green color. Maybe there. Maybe that's close. I don't know. It's pretty. It's a good neutral. I like it a lot. It's like a gray green, but that was looking blue. Not blue. I promise. I gotta do something about this lighting. This lighting is terrible. But anyway. And then after, or at the pumpkin patch are these, and they are super pretty. She always does like 4 colors, and then like I think the last one is just a blend of a bunch of those colors that are being used. So let's see. Yeah, that still looks blue, and that looks like they're orange. Like this is like a deep red orange called paprika, and I mean, yes, I can see that that would look exactly like paprika. Anyway, my camera is totally messing it up. This is all lit up, and it's showing up like, I swear, what this looks like to you all is what the coral looked like last month, or 2 months ago. Anyway, this is all lit up, and it's a pale pumpkin color, or not super pale, but it's like a light pumpkin color. Super pretty. This is mild sauce. It does kind of look like Buffalo Wild Wings mild sauce. Anyway, this is pumpkin. Yes, this looks like a pumpkin. Like the actual pumpkin. That one looks like the little ones that aren't quite ripe yet. And then this is pumpkin patch. It's got greens and light oranges and dark oranges, and it's super pretty. Even though it doesn't necessarily look like it should. I don't know. I gotta figure out my lighting here, guys. I keep saying it. I still don't do it. Okay, what's in this? Oh, well, this isn't Stitchy stuff, but I'm a history teacher, for those of you who don't know, or social studies. Anyway, I do world geography, although this is the first year that I've done world geography, and I do world civilizations, and I also do U.S. history. So lately, I don't know if I showed, I think the one that I had with my Rosa Parks might have been the one that didn't get posted, but if you see, I have a whole bunch of social studies t-shirts, and so this one came today, or over the weekend or sometime. So Rosa sat, so Ruby could walk, so Kamala could run, or Kamala could run, and yes. So I have a lot of shirts that talk about hopefully, because I do work in a Title I district. For those of you who don't know, that typically means that low income, and typically low income urban areas means there are a lot of people of color. It's not a lot, but I mean the good majority of our students are in fact people of color, which means that I want to show them that, you know, there's people out there that can be successful if you just do it. All right. This is from Forbidden Fiber, and I know that she's going through some things. This was one thing I didn't talk about. For maybe I talk about it in my unboxing of one of my other my Stitchy box, countdown box for Arctic something. I can't think of what it's called. Anyway, you'll see that eventually. But I'm filming that like weekly, and I'm opening about 7 different packs, so that way I'm actually like kind of doing it day by day. I'm opening it, but I'm not filming it every day. So you'll see me film like opening 7 at a time, so that you guys can still get a what's in the box. But this is the countdown box, or the 13 days of Halloween from Forbidden Fiber, and that is showing up like just plain yellow, but this thing is like a neon yellow, by the way. So I will take a look at this a little bit later, because this will be a what's in the box as well. So my first what's in the box was taken down because and for those of you who follow me on Instagram, you did hear and or see that I also dekitted anything that had to do with Harry Potter. I cannot, and believe me, if anything that I've purchased, just give me a little quick call in and let me know that, hey, again, I know that I'm newer, and I know that just saying that I'm new to the stitching community doesn't grant me, you know, a pass or a free pass due to ignorance, but I was super excited, and the gallery is overwhelming. Just gonna throw that out there. But I do want to know for future reference. And this is from Twisted Rabbit, and I also want to do a what's in the back box. So this one will definitely be airing this Wednesday. The Stitchy box one will probably be after I open up my 30 days or 31 days or however many days there are in that box. And the Forbidden Fiber one, I don't know yet, but you'll see what's in this box this week. So look for some what's in the box. But like I said, my first what's in the box was taken down because the company is not going to stop with their support of Harry Potter fan merchandise or fan art, and I can't agree with that. Okay, are you all ready? We're 33 minutes in, and we've gotten to Galleria. So, for those of you who don't know, Needlework Galleria happened this weekend, and I'm living in the central Illinois area, so I could go to Needlework Galleria. How exciting is that? Absolutely love it. Like I just said, it was crazy overwhelming. So Thursday, I got the full weekend pass, and I got the membership. And with the membership, when you first logged in or got there, you got your some raffle tickets. You got, so like some raffle tickets, you filled out your name. You got your little badge saying that, yeah, you can be wherever you are. You got a cute keychain with, I guess I probably should have opened some of this stuff up beforehand, but that's alright. You'll watch me struggle, won't you? Yeah? Okay. Like, I should have dedicated an entire video just to this. Should have. Note to self. Maybe in the future. Anyway, so came up with this cute little Needlework Galleria on one side, and then a cute little ruler on the other, and like floss drops, because y'all know I'm a floss drop kind of girl. So it's got some nice little bling there, cute little rose, and then it says Needlework Galleria from 2021. They did have a shop for like all past Needlework Galleria merchandise. Hello, Deuce. How you doing, Deuce? Have a dog today? Those poor dogs. Man, they are probably like, what is going on with life? Anyway, so you go and you log in, and or you kind of register, and then they give you your tickets. My ticket for this class just didn't get collected. They had 3 round robins. I did not go to the first one. The first one was, it started I think at 5:30 or 5 o'clock. I'm not 100% sure, on Thursday, and I didn't even get to Galleria until like 5:45. I could have gotten the patterns and the kits and everything, but I was like, nah, I'll go tomorrow. Because again, I hadn't been to Galleria, so I didn't know what a round robin was like. I didn't know what any other classes were like. Completely new experience for me. So I bought the round robin for this first session, so the 6 to 7 o'clock session on Friday. So I had driven down to do this shopping, and while I was driving down, I watched a whole bunch of Flosstubes. I don't remember which ones. When I say watched, most people, when you're, watching Flosstube, you're really not watching Flosstube. You're mostly like stitching on something. So I was mostly just listening. So I think I did the Steel City Stitchers one day. I don't even remember who all I watched. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't remember. But I watched some people. And the first day is what they called the shop hop. So from 6:30 to 9 o'clock. And when they say 6:30, they meant 6:30. Like, you could not even go to the floor that the shops were on until 6:30. So we were waiting in the stairwell, and I was talking to some people, and I was like, I had seen from So Much to Love these bags, and there were 2 bags that drew my eye like immediately, and one of them was this lilac bag. So I'm gonna go grab my stuff over here. So this is my Friday pile. At least I think this is all my Friday pile. How's that? And a Reese's. So they all looked at me that were in the stairwell, and I was like, I've never been, you know what I mean? And they're like, well, where are you going to go first? And I was like, well, I really want to get this bag from So Much to Love. And then I don't know. And they're like, well, it's too late now to come up with a game plan. And I was like, like, okay. Well, all right then, I guess. I don't know, well, so we'll just see. So I go into So Much to Love, and I straight up just make a beeline for this. And when I got there, I was like, well, anyway, so I'll show you all that I got from So Much Love. So this is, oh man, and see, it is more purple, like, maybe that is close to what it actually looks like. Anyway, so this is original artwork here by a lady named Michelle Palmer, and she actually uses like permanent ink and draws on fabric. And then So Much Love, I cannot think of the name right now, she goes ahead and she stitches it onto a bag. So I got that, and what else she had are these cute little, like just a clip, like that you would have kept your pants hangers on, that tighten down, and they work as, they make your project bag into an actual bag type thing. So I didn't put these on right. So let's fix that here real quick. So I made a beeline, and I go can I have that? And because I didn't know if there was more than one, and there was not. And while I was in the shop, I think I was the second person in there. While I was in the shop, I think somebody came up to me and was like, are there others of those, or where'd you get that? And I was like, I think this is the only one. And it was. And then later it she mentioned how this was actually supposed to be for a New Hampshire, something in New Hampshire, and New Hampshire's state flower is the lilac, and so it was done for that. But it didn't obviously happen due to 2020, and their loss is my gain, I guess, because I got the lilac. There was one other one, and I decided to get the little notions bag. I'm not a huge notions bag person. I just throw most of it in there, but maybe that'll change my mind. But anyway, I got that from her. So much to love. She also had a freebie for Needlework Galleria. There were some needle minders that also had original art, and I saw that pumpkin and I was like, oh my goodness, that's too cute. So I bought that. Like, it's amazing what this artist can do in the minute detail that goes into them. So I'm pretty impressed by her. So that was a cute little needle minder. Freebie nail file, which is always appreciated, especially when we're stitching. And then I got these two cute little patterns. This one is Stitchy Witch, and so it's a small. I don't know what size it is. I'd have to look it up. You can see some of the pattern on that one. And then Be Happy. I thought that was super cute, and I thought they were great little smalls. So yeah, those are the ones that I got. And that was my first purchase at Galleria, which was a lot. Believe me, that was a lot. I think the next shop I went into, was, or the next shop that I bought from, how's that, was the Purple Thread. And the Purple Thread had these cute little floss drop cards, which I thought was great. You can have 6 threads on it. But they had a whole bunch of these cute little books and things. So this one is a needle book. And it's got the whole kit, everything that you need to finish it, which is why I was like, okay, I'll try that. And then there was also this cute little necklace. There's a necklace here. And again, it's a kit. I thought it was super fun. I probably won't use it as a necklace. It'll probably become a scissor fob. And then this is a needle threader pocket, and again it comes with the buttons and the needles and everything you need to make it. So some of them were on sale, some of them were like super little, and I was like, I like these little smalls. I want to try to do a few more. So coming for Jessie's season of smalls next year, if they make it that long. They probably won't make it that long, to be honest with you. The next shop I stopped in was probably JBW Designs, and I got into JBW Designs, and she had some really cute little, she had the models out, like, for all of them, and there was this little Christmas tree with all of these little ornaments on them. So I went and I just went ahead and bought the 3 different books for all these holiday ornaments, because I thought they were cute and sweet. And then I also saw these cute little tags, and I find out a little bit more information about the actual cart, or the wood tag that these get mounted to. I learned a little bit more about those for a Saturday, so yesterday. And then so I got both of the French Christmas tags 1 and Christmas tags 2. So JBW Designs, because I talked to her a little bit more later. Then I go into, sorry, I gotta cheat, Still Stitching, Susan Greening Davis is what it looks like. That's the pattern. And while I'm like kind of walking in, I see something that is super, super cute. So on top of this little stitching box is this little pattern that says, I just want to stitch. And I'll be honest, like, this is all I've wanted to do for a very long time. I just want to stitch. That's all we want to do, right? On the inside of this box, it says my needle has the magic to make the world a more beautiful place. And there's this little strawberry in here. Well, in all of this paperwork are the patterns to make the cutout for the strawberry, and you bought the whole thing as a kit, and in the kit I got the one with scissors. There was like a plaid one, but I thought these scissors were super, super cute. And so inside it you get the fabric, you get some finishing supplies, you get the floss, you get the rings, and then you get some linen thread, 20, I don't know, linen thread. I'll read the directions. Anyway, it all came in there. So I was like, bonus. So there's the, I guess that's banding? Is that what y'all call that? I don't know. And then they've got this, which I think is more banding? I don't know. I'll find out. Again, I'll read the directions. I'm good at reading directions. And there's a lot of directions. So I got that, and then they had some amazing like antique samplers in their back room. And I think some of them were for purchase, like you could purchase them. And I did not go that far. By this time I had made it around like a good chunk of it, and I was getting like a little overwhelmed because I would walk into, I stopped by every store that I could, and I kind of waited to see in line a little bit to see if I could get the hands-on design. She was selling kits for, it's like a pumpkin stitching with her and Lady Dot Creates. They went together on it, and so it was a fundraiser for Special Olympics. But they had 100 of them, and so I'm sure they sold out because there were people waiting in line, like in line for it. So I kind of waited in line a little bit for that, but then I didn't end up getting it. But I think the 28th or 29th is supposed to be on her website, so I'm gonna have to look. But while I was still stitching, they had these really cute face masks, and they're reversible. So I was like, I mean, they're gigantic, mind you, but I mean, pre-washed, like they were ready to be worn. So I really liked that one. This one obviously had this side as one of them, but what was really neat is that this was actually stitched and then they turned it into fabric. So this was a cross stitch that they turned into a fabric. And so I was like, I'll grab both of those. Those are super cute. So all that came from that Still Stitching with Susan, I think. She was nice enough to give me this lovely little shopping bag. I don't know if I had to pay for it or not, but this little shopping bag was able to carry all my haul. And it's likely going to just go back right in there because I'm not going to sort through it tonight. That was JVW, and I have one other stop, and I have this from that stop, but I don't know where my other thing is from that stop. Oh, nope, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. So, where did you go? She also had a cute little free pattern as well. A lot of the stores did actually have a lot of free patterns and things that you could pick up. I didn't try to pick up too many of them, unless obviously if they just threw it in the bag and I didn't know about it. That's typically how I got them. Ah, fell on the floor. So one of my last purchases on Thursday was from Meridian Designs. And I got tired. Believe me, like it was 8:30 and I was ready to go home. And so like I drove through a Starbucks that was nearby. That Starbucks became a lifeline for the next couple of days. But I walked into theirs, and they had this really cute, the model was out, and this blue is striking. It is amazing. And I learned more information about this on Friday. But I was like, I had to get it. And they also had a few other kits, and I almost bought a few other things, but didn't end up doing it. But then I got a little needle minder with some cute buttons on it, with a butterfly, to go with it. So, or not needle minder. You can tell I'm tired. Scissor fob. So yeah, I got butterflies from Meridian Designs. And, like I said, I'll tell you a little bit more about this on Friday. But that blue is super striking, and this is on like a super pale purple fabric, which I think I have picked out what I'm going to use for that, but I don't know yet. I could probably use my lavender from Zweigart from my Creepy Cryptid sale. Anyway, so Friday, I drive home, I pack, and I get ready to go to work. I clean out my car, like actually I cleaned out my car on Wednesday, let's not lie. Oh, I got one other thing. I went into the Needlework Galleria store, and they have stuff you can buy, like t-shirts and stuff. And I thought this was a really cute cup. Stay Stitch Stash, that's what they say. There's a big old sign. So I got this in like a teal color, and so I'm super excited about that. Another hot chai tea latte mug for me. So that came, that was the second to last thing that I purchased from you at Galleria. Okay. So, Friday. Are y'all ready for Friday? Friday I was here, packed up my car late Thursday night. I think I got to bed around 1 o'clock. Packed everything in my car. But I did not bring anything. 0 projects. I only put my clothes in the trunk of my car. Now, this was a little bit stupid, not gonna lie. A little bit stupid, but I lucked out. Because I was like, you know what, I'm gonna have a Needlework Galleria start, and this Needlework Galleria start is only going to be of things that I purchased from Needlework Galleria. I didn't buy any threads, but that's okay, because I did the round robin on Friday, and that was stinking cool. So what was so neat about it is that 5 or 6 designers signed up to kind of give you a kit, for lack of a better word. Oh, one other thing that came from Still Stitching was this kind of cute little, believe, spool. I don't know what they're called. Bell pull, maybe? I don't know. It's cute. That could be stitched up really quick. So, all of the designers will bring you, like, I sorted everything, and now I'm like, did I really sort everything? Or did I just think that I did? Anyway. So the round robins, like I said, are pretty neat. I cannot guarantee you which one came from the first round robin or which one came from the second round robin. I can kind of tell you a little bit, because I remember a good chunk of it, but I don't remember all of it. What's neat, and I know this was the first one, is that, like I said, the designers will come down and they'll talk to you a little bit about, you know, how long they've been stitching, how they got started stitching, you know, a little bit about the pattern, and, you know, the history of the pattern. And one of the first ones is from Summer House Stitchworks, and it's this cute little Northwoods Noel pattern. And again, it comes with all the things. Check out that charm. The one thing that nobody asked, where did you get the charm? So this charm is darling. Super, super darling. But yeah, I mean, it's just this, and we were talking about it at the table, and we were just like, you know, it's amazing how some of the most simple patterns with the repeating stuff, like, just turn out to be pretty in their simplicity. So that was the first one that I do remember, was the very first one that we received. This, I think no, I think this one came next, also from Meridian Design, which I was super happy about, was another Viscornu. I was like, no way. I was super excited about this because, again, gives you everything in here. She even, like, the fabric's hiding it because this is one of my new starts. Fabric's hiding it, but they even, like, vacuum sealed some of the polyfill using one of those vegetable saver things, you know, the kitchen appliance. So they're like, don't open those, or you're gonna never be able to get it back into a package. But yeah, it came with all the floss and everything that she needed to finish this, and it was simply darling. And she said this was the first one that she had designed. This was her first Viscornu that she designed, and that one of her friends, somehow she started talking about how she came up with a simplistic this pattern. She did the Viscornu and she was like, oh my gosh, that was so simple. And then she came up with the second one, which is the other one that I purchased, and absolutely love it. The front, and she passed around the model, in the front, super darling. The bottom has more butterflies, so I'm pretty excited about that. There's a tip that somebody gives me on Sunday that I'll have to remember to share with you guys. I know that following that one came this one, and this one was from the Nebby Needle, because this is another Viscornu. And so you can kind of see she does it on, I want to say it's like a vintage something fabric, where one side's kind of cleanish and then the other side's kind of dirty. They call it clean and dirty. And so there's a small difference, and you can actually see that there is a difference when they do it. She gave you a close-up version of the, I guess I maybe shouldn't have shown that. Maybe I'll put a picture. Anyway, she gave you a closer-up view of the tomato that they used on the bottom part, because the design itself was really kind of hard to see. But anyway, she has rolled up fabric in lizard litter or crushed walnut shells, depending on how you guys want to talk about it. The fabric nice and rolled up, super cute, and the beads, like, they gave you everything in these kits. And what was neat about this one was this was tied on the outside, and she was like, and it's a floss drop, because you saw the three holes at the bottom of the floss drop. So I will cover that with a picture. Maybe I'll take a picture of a close-up of just the bottom part and show you just that. I think maybe this one came next. This is the one that I get kind of confused on. But it's a cute little skull pattern, a skull strawberry. And I was super excited because the next day we'll talk about that. The back side is the pattern, which is why I'm not going to show you. This is from White Lion Needle Art Designs, and they too give you the fabric and the filling. This up top is actually the cording to hang the strawberry, so they're like, don't throw that away. And then obviously they give you the fabric. I guess they ran out of this. Well, again, that's not looking anything like, but it's like a peachish color, pinky peachish color, but they were green, and I really wanted the green. But then again, the more I thought about it, I'm like, the more I realized this is not how it would look if I had gotten the green. So that one came, and also I got another Judy from JBW. I think she was in the first one. I'm pretty sure she was. But again, everything, she likes these little bags. Just thought I'd throw that out there. There's something hiding in the very bottom of this bag. Anyway. Oh, so I'll tell you about this too. But there's the bow, the finishing, the pattern itself. Again, super cute, really small. She talked a little bit about how to kind of get that pleated look on the back side, and still, you know, make it look really cute and kind of gives it a, you know, a little bit of a different touch. She's got the batting, and she put in comic book stuff, everything that you needed to finish it. So it's like I said, these kits, or the from the Round Robin, they came with like everything that you needed to do your finishing on it. So that, like I said, just made me that much happier that I had taken the classes that I had. Holy moly, it's like an hour and I'm only on Friday still. Alright, I'm working guys. Maybe I should worry about cleaning this up a little bit later. Nah. Alright, so I think that was everything from the very first Round Robin. I was super excited, and I was like, okay, I need to go to the next one. And I asked them, you know, hey, can I join in the next one? And she was like, yeah, just make sure, we can't do anything about the payment now, just make sure you pay tomorrow. And I was like, you bet, gotcha. So the first one that came up was Kathy from Hands On Design, and she came up with this really cute, it's a needle book that says Queen of the Needle. The sample says Queen of the Needle, but she has things like Boss of the Needle, Lord of the Needle, King of the Needle. She's got other wording that you can replace Queen with. But it's just a simple black and white, and again with this cute little crown that I don't know where she got it from, but it was super cute. And there is a needle in there. So I'm going through the first one, and I wanted to do this. This is what I wanted to make my Galleria start. And there was one problem. I didn't have a needle. I didn't have scissors. I didn't have nothing, because that's right, what did I do? I decided to bring nothing. Not even a Q snap. I brought nothing. But I was like, oh, I can get it all there. Famous last words, right? Anyway, following that one came, she was toward the end. Oh, maybe this one was in the first one. I'll be honest, I don't remember. From Pamela Reed at Old Colonial Designs. This was a really cute, and the top of this box is, this box is about yay big. It's super small. But that fits in the top of this box, and it's super cute. I love the violas. And so I was like, alright, bet, you know. Then I took a look at the back, and she had all of these other things to go with it. And you could purchase the box, but she didn't have that many boxes for sale, so you could order it. We'll talk more about that later. But this was another one, I think, like I said, I think this one was from the first Round Robin, so Round Robin 2, but I could be wrong. Like I said, they all blurred together at some point. I was just excited to be getting this stuff because all this stuff is like way cool. And they gave you a ton of different ideas. This one came, I think this was the second thing that came up, and this is by Janice Notes from the Noteworthy Needle. And inside is actually the pattern. She's got some instructions on the back. But she gave you this along with all the floss and stuff, and she's like, you have enough floss to make one frogging mistake on these flowers. She was like, I guess pretty stingy with it. But it just wraps around this little pencil cup, and she didn't paint it, so I can paint it whatever color I want, which is super exciting. So that's a cute little pattern. It's long, obviously, but I guess most of the things that she has are bee themed, which I guess she's known for. So Round Robin number 2, I'm pretty sure. Following that one, I know that was the very last one. This one was not the very last one. The Silver Needle came, and they gave out chicks, two chicks, sparkle chick. I don't know. I can't think of the name on it right off the top of my head. But I guess they sell some thread drops and some scissor pops. And one of the things that was interesting that she says is if you squeeze, it makes this turning of this floss drop a lot easier. So note to self. But anyway, I thought that was a super cute little floss drop. And she did like certain quizzes over, you know, she did a Galleria quiz about Silver Needle. So it was fun kind of learning a little bit of stuff about the Silver Needle shop itself. And also in there was a coupon for $5 off the artist that did this. And I'm so sorry I cannot think of the name. If I can think of the name, I'll put it in here somewhere down in the description box. The next one that came up was the Heart's Content, and this is Oh Christmas Tree #1 in the mini series kits. And when she says mini series kits, she means mini series. So she gave you all the materials basically that you would need to make this and stitch it on 40 count 1/1. And I'm like, well, I've never tried it, so why the heck not? I do try it. It's one of my starts, and you'll be able to see it on the back here in a little bit. But what's really neat is that this is going to be a series of 18, and she's later this year she said she's going to release the first 4, and one of them is this really, really beautiful like star that she put on the top of a feather tree, because all 18 would fit on a feather tree, so 9 would go on one side and 9 would go on the other. And like I said, they were super small. They were like legit the size of a quarter. And if you don't want to put these into ornaments, I was like, they'd make a great scissor fob. Again, you get, I don't want to show too much on the back because the pattern's right there, but it was super cute. And so she was talking about how she designs it in 2020. One of the other ornaments is 2021, and she's also spent a lot of time talking about how they got there, retiring. The fabric that's used in this kit is stuff that they dyed themselves. It was really, really interesting. So one of the other things that I bought Thursday will come from the Needleworker's Delight. It didn't have it. I saw it. Steph's got it from Expo from Michelle Inc. And I saw Michelle Inc. had some patterns in the Needleworker's Delight, and I asked, but they didn't have any more patterns, so Party Cat, I think is what it's called. Last one in my, at least I think it was the last one. I might come across something else. Last one that I come across is, was Dames of the Needle, Dons of the Needle, depends on how you want to say it. I heard it pronounced both ways. Was this cute little strawberry, and what was really interesting is, I mean, you typically don't see strawberries finished like this, and so everything's in here, rickrack, lizard litter, everything that you need. So like I said, I really enjoyed these. About the only thing I don't think is in here is the infusible lining, but that's okay. I've got that I can use, but it's like it makes a velvet strawberry, and so I thought that was really, really fun, really, really fun to do. Gave it a cute little end to round robin. That was round robin. So that was Friday. Friday, I basically go back to the hotel and I crash because guess what? I was tired. I had driven, not gotten a lot of sleep the night before, you know, all the fun stuff. Anyway, So Saturday comes, and I am sorry, this is a minute 10. I told you this is going to be a long one. And I haven't even gotten to the last bit of my haul, or the freebie table. Granted, the freebie table is going to be pretty quick, but I got a couple stories from the freebie table. But anyway, so I decided to take a couple of classes. One of the first ones that I took was Very Very Finishing by Eric Michaels, or Linda Stoltz. Linda Stoltz, the one that did it. But what was nice about this is that I got, by attending, I got the pattern to Fall into Autumn. I got the berry pattern. And then in here are all sorts of directions and how-tos and tips and samples of like the tops of her strawberry finishing and kind of like how she did them, and there's a lot in there. And so whenever I finish stitching up the Fall into Autumn berry, there's everything that I need to finish it. And she told us how to do it and why there's yarn included, and this is button thread, and why we have 2 flat pins, and why there are 2 straight pins, 3 straight pins in there. So it was really interesting how she gets a lot of the detail. I don't want to spoil it, so you want to do that, you either watch her YouTube videos or you attend her Very Very Finishing class anytime she gives it. So that was super cool and really exciting, because you learned a lot. Like, there's a lot of information that she gave you on that, and it was super exciting. And it's also why she tells why she doesn't use crushed walnut shells or lizard litter. Not only because I think she said she had a walnut allergy, or somebody has a walnut allergy, but it would make her trunk shows weigh a ton. And I'm like, that's a good point. Who would have thought of that? But I laughed because now I can totally stitch Michelle G's, Hildy's strawberry patch and finish the strawberry. So that was the first thing that I did, 9:45 a.m. Now, my stupid self doesn't get anything to drink because I tried to go to Starbucks, but the line at the Starbucks was ridiculous. So I had to basically run to get there because I wanted to make sure that I paid for the round robin from the night before I went into the class, so I didn't forget, right? So I pay for it and I go downstairs to the class. I go through the class and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna shop again. And so I kind of start walking through. Now, the order that I buy this stuff in, guys, this I don't remember. This I don't remember because I was round and round, I think, 2 or 3 times. I know where I bought everything, but I don't remember. And you know what? Oh, no. I'm pretty sure I bought this first. So, here I am. Oh, this doesn't come with it, but I'll talk about that later. Here I am, like I said, on Friday night, or Thursday night, I had sat and I had looked, and I was like, oh man, there were 2 bags from So Much to Love that I really, really liked. This was the other one. And it was still there, so I was like, you know what, I kind of was going to wait a little bit longer and see if somebody bought it, but it was around 11 o'clock, and shops closed at 5. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna buy it. So it's a super cute project bag. It's one of those big ones, so you know it's gonna fit the world. And so I was like, yeah, it'll come home with me. Again, it has that original art, and like I said, the detail in that original art is incredible. So, I mean, it was pretty amazing what one person can do with a black marker, black pen, permanent pen, and a piece of fabric. I was kind of holding the other thing back because that was something else I bought. I then went into Fabrics by Stephanie, and I got this purple. Again, purple, guys. It is not showing. It is purple. It's a lilac color too. This is a little bit more pale than what I've got my lavender on. But I think I might do the Biscornu from Meridian Designs on this. The butterfly one. The one that I actually bought, not the one that came in that kit. But it's super pretty. It's Isolde. Isolde? I can't think of the name of it anyway. So here you go. It's a 32 count Lugana. You guys can tell, not a big Ada stitcher, especially when you guys see some of the other fabric that I bought. But I really liked it. She had some bright reds that I was tempted to purchase, but I also spent a lot of money, obviously. One of the other stops that I made was, I think I stopped and I buy this afterward. This might have been after that purchase. Anyway, one of the other things that was interesting is I go through the Nebby Needle on Thursday, and there's like, oh, they got the pre-rusted bells. So I got some pre-rusted bells from the Nebby Needle. There was like one package left, and I was like, I'll take them. I kind of went into this whole thing, if I don't get it and I walk away and it's not there, I'll get it later, or I wasn't meant to have it right then. And in Rosewood Manor, that happens with a couple of patterns. And then I also got this thread keep that says, I don't always cross stitch. Oh wait, yes I do. I thought that was super cute for a nice little thread keep. So that was another little purchase from her. Let's see. I go into Autumn Lane Stitchery. This was one of the things that I had looked to purchase because the green is super green. Like I said, it doesn't show up on this. But Potions and Spells, I had seen it when I was ordering from Needlework Expo. Again, I purchased everything through Jessie. So I really liked the green, and as a result, I was like, okay, I'll get it, and I'm going to use my Wicked needle minder for this when I start to stitch it. I don't know when that's going to be. Oh! Is that purple back there? I have a fabric for that. Might be sooner than I thought. Anyway, I forgot to take this out. Oh! One of my other stories. So, I had gone into RETM, and what I really liked about Galleria is that you got to see all the models, or a lot of the models. And in RETM's booth was the model of her Quaker turtle, or turtle Quaker. I'm not sure what she called it, but it's big. That thing is huge. And I kept thinking about it, and I kept going back and forth. Am I going to buy it? Am I not going to buy it? Am I not going to buy it? Anyway, I never did end up buying it. And this picture does not do this justice. But I, again, through the Quakers, Zooms, right? I really got into Quakers, and I really liked this. And it was in person there. The fabric was just this palest of blues that really showed it off. And this is on 28 count opalescent Lugana, the model is. And it was big. So I think I've got some opal Lugana that's in like a pale blue like this. But I don't remember what count it is. So I might be able to go ahead and stitch this up with some DNC threads. And there's really only 7 threads on this thing. But that's a lot of stitching. And I'm not ready to start yet another pattern. But I really liked that one. I thought it was super pretty. And she had a lot of models there. And that by far was not the only one that was stunning. They were stunning. Like I said, all of them were stunning. And I know I got off order of what I purchased, so I honestly can't tell you what else what order I purchased things in. So one of the other things was I stopped by Rosewood Manor. There's this really beautiful blue watercolor butterfly pattern that I went back to do, but it wasn't there. They had the gold one, and they had another one, a red one or something, but I didn't want those. And then there was another like rainbow butterflies that they had the model stitch in the back where she stitched all of them, and I want to do that, so I'm going to have to get that off their website or something. But I did see this, and I was like, oh, I'll get 6 booklets for $10. And it turned out being pretty cool, because actually there's quite a few. I might not stitch the whole thing of this one, but I really liked like some of the scenes. Like there's like a quick one in here. I can't show you because obviously there's a pattern. But it's got a snowman. It's got like this together with, it's just a small little scene with like the house or something. And I was like, I will totally stitch that up. It's super cute, like it's a super cute little thing. This little bell pull is super pretty too. It's called Birds of a Feather. And it's not showing the color of those birds at all. I don't know how big it'll end up being. Let's see. It doesn't say on the outside. 70 by 160. So it was stitched 2 strands over 2 threads on a casual linen, so 28 count. So I was like, that was pretty nice. This is super cute. When I see this, I think of Zanny, Crazy Band Lady Stitches. I can't think of her name right off the top of my head. But it's a honeybees quilt sampler. So I know there's a lot of back stitching in that, but it's just super cute. I like it a lot. It says at the bottom, buzz little honeybee, black and yellow, around the garden, from flower to flower, gathering honey so sweet and mellow. So honeybee, honeybee, in the garden, honeycomb patch, and then it says that at the bottom. So that went from top to bottom. And then there's this one. It says, and this pattern is butterflies flutter by. And this one says, butterflies flutter by, many a happy hour. I can't. Tasting tree and flower. That's what it says. Many a happy hour, tasting tree and flower. Couldn't read that. And it's like right in here. And then that's going to be a lot of back stitching too, if I ever decide to do it. Again, I guarantee the colors are not going to show up on this. But these are just bright, pretty flowers. It's a cute little pattern, so it's a big, I know it's going to be big. I say little, but no, the sucker's going to be huge. Count that day lost, whose low descending sun views from thy hand no worthy action done. So this is 4 season sampler. And then they talk about all of them. So I really like the border. I thought that one was really pretty. There was, and I didn't buy anything from her, but Cross Stitch Antiques, there was like a little floss drop that they were doing. She had this one that I almost bought. But it was yellow, and then the frame, I don't know, there's the frame, and then there's like a little trim piece that goes on the inside. It was yellow, and it was a bright yellow, and the yellow was just outstanding, and set off by that yellow frame. It was amazing. And it was an antique reproduction done by a museum from Tennessee. Can't think what it was. But anyway, one last pattern in this was Elegant Memories, and I really liked this. I want to stitch it kind of small and make it into a needlebook. I thought that would be cute. What's next? Went back into Erica Michaels, because I just had her lovely class. Thought I'd go back and buy more, but I didn't. But I saw she had like all sorts of berry models in there. So one of the ones that I liked was the Saint Nick's berries. I liked the reindeer one that's over here. Thought that was super cute. And then I saw this one that says naughty or nice. And it's got that pattern along with the berries. I got it more for the berries. Although that nice until proven naughty, oops, is totally up my alley too. They had reindeer games that I wanted, but she was sold out of that one. She also had silk gauze. So one of her and the freebie was like a little thing of hand sanitizer, which is super cute, which I'll probably throw on something. She talked to me about silk gauze, which was something that I had not heard of, but she had one of her sample, her pattern. Let me see if I can think of which one it was. not mermaids, but beach. Mermaid Crossing I almost bought too. It was something about the beach. Anyway, it was so small when it was stitched, and I so wanted it, but I didn't end up purchasing it. Walk on the Beach. Walk on the Beach is what it was, and this model was all of this big. I mean, it was so small in this tiny little frame, and it was really, really pretty. Didn't end up buying it, like I said. Do I regret it? No, but you know, at one point I'll probably go through and get it. But like I said, I liked the viola pattern from the round robin, and so I went back and I got all of the finishing that was needed for this. Now they had a kit all together that would make all 4 of these, but somehow one of the little kits that would fit this needle book was missing. So I placed the order for the box because all of these things fit in that box that has this that goes on top. So I'm like, cute. I'm not a huge sampler type of person, but I really like those flowers. So at some point I'll probably be doing them. So she's gonna see if she has enough to put together to send me the needle box, and then like I said, I placed an order for the box itself. So we'll see. I mean, if not, I'm not worried about not getting it. Okay. I don't know when I bought that. I think I bought that after. I'm pretty sure I bought all that after. Oh, this came with Rosewood Manor. It's just a card. It's actually a card that has a pattern on the back, for this. So that came from Rosewood Manor. That was a freebie. This, I'm pretty sure, was all after my next class. And my next class, by the way, I'm not even at noon yet, guys. Not even at noon yet in my day. The next class I went to, Judy from JBW Designs, she did this class, and it was all about finishing smalls. And so she brought cording drills to try, and so we played, and we made this one has 3 different colors of floss on it, but it's not like a true tricolor. We did end up figuring out how to do a true tricolor, but it's got finishing fabrics, it's got thread in here. She let us practice cording. Like, it was really cool. Like, we had a good time. And like I said, we know how to make the 3 color. And when I say 3 color, it's like each one, I don't know where my 2 color one is. It's probably at the very bottom of this thing. I made them all into bows. There's a red one that I did because she threw some DMC in here. This is the 2 color one. So you see how it goes like red, green, red, green. Well, a true tricolor one, and what we ended up doing, it went like green, red, like a white pink. It was white, but it was very, very pale pink. And then green, red, pale pink, green, red, pale pink. So we managed to figure out how to do that, which was super exciting. So I did like tiny ones, and they're all like, that's going to be so small. I'm like, I don't want to make a huge thing of cording right now, because I don't know if I want that kind of cording. But there's finishing supplies in here and all sorts of stuff. So she talked about how she finishes and how to get them, you know. That was really good. And she gave you like 5 patterns in here. So I got more JBW Designs patterns. And so these are cute. Like, so there's like Scandinavian ornaments. There's this one that says wreath ornaments. There's this one that's a cute Christmas tree, Christmas motif sampler, French country umbrella, and then wreath ornaments. Some more wreath ornaments. So the classes were great. Like I said, we learned a lot about, especially when we're talking about finishing things in like weird and funky shapes. So she had a lot of information. Then I went shopping some more because I had seen some of her samples. So I went back up there and I ran into stuff from Just Keep Stitching, even though I didn't necessarily say, hi, I watch your channel. I let her shop because that's what she was doing at that time. She was on her own time. But one of the samples that she had brought into her class was this one on this little gingerbread guy. So I got the little green sleds. And she talked about how to finish on sleds. So I grabbed the little red sleds. I like that one in the middle. And then I kept seeing the sledding Santa, and she had the kit for it, with the exception of the sled, but I didn't decide to get that. And then the sledding snowman, and then this was like a cute little kit that says ooh la la, but I really like that scissor fob that's over there. So I got more from her. And then I went back into Needleworker's Delight, and then I saw that they had a boatload of fabric. So you know that these colors are not going to come out right, so I don't know why I bother. But this is a 32 count. It's called Lily of the Valley. It's a pale green. It's got some like light greens and some bluish greens, and I mean it's not bad, but that's not showing up the way it is true. So I got that 32 count. Got some really pretty pale yellow. I mean it's a yellow. It's not showing up quite it's not showing up quite right on that, but it's close. So that's a 32 count linen in golden wheat. Zweigart, they dyed these, so this is also a Zweigart. This is a 40 count because I wanted to try some. I've started to try to see if I can get some other counts of fabric rather than just 32 or 28. 32 right now seems to be my comfort spot, but I'm looking to branch out. This is like a really pale, like blush pink, and that is not showing true color at all. Another Newcastle linen 40 count. This is cream, but again, you're not gonna, maybe there. So anyway, it's a cream color, because I have, oh my gosh guys, this is totally gonna fall over. I have a pattern from Tidy Modernist. I got the spring, summer, fall, all of those, and I want to do all of them, and I'm hoping they might fit on some of those, so I think they'd be really pretty on those. This is also a Zweigart. This is a Belfast linen. I'm sorry this is long, and I'm almost done. Holy crap, it's an hour and a half. Okay, so this is like it's a spring green. It's that brand new spring green color, and it's super pretty. So, and it's titled Spring Green, fittingly, because it is spring green. Last stop I go into, I think this was the last purchase that I made. Oh my gosh, I haven't showed you my starts yet. Son of a gun. Anyway, I'm sitting at the tables in one of the sewing rooms, and I'm getting a massive headache, like massive headache, because keep in mind, by this time, I've gone through my second class, I've gone back, I've done some shopping, again, I was pretty much done shopping, because talk about overwhelming, and I had purchased this from the Silver Needle. So I had purchased this little macaroon because I had seen it, and they're like, they shove the macaroon in the side, or the needle in the side, and it sharpens up your needle, but it also works as a needle minder, because again, remember you guys, I didn't bring anything with me. So I also bought these cute little pins for Halloween, especially since I have Scary Berries from Erica Michaels over there somewhere in my kit. But then I hadn't bought these scissors, but people had talked about these scissors, especially when we talk about Brenda and Laura from Brenda and the Serial Starter. The Dovo scissors, I got a pair, because I know that they're not manufacturing them anymore. So that was my last purchase. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go down and I'm going to start stitching. And again, the Heart's Content was like, hey, try 40 count over 1. So I was like, okay, I'll try 40 count over 1. I was like, I could probably knock that out, although your head starts hurting because you were dumb and you didn't eat anything because you were thinking you were going to go to your cousin's reception afterward, only you get to the point where I think that headache turned into a migraine and you're just like, you don't want to go anywhere. I'm getting headache back again. But anyway, this is the tiniest of tiny. Look at that. Like, I can't even get this thing to focus. It is so small. But it's that tree. And I'm almost to the very top of that tree, actually. I know I've reached the bottom of it, so I just have to stitch the 20/20 in the border below it, and that's as tall as that thing is. I mean, let's see. Let me give you something that you can reference it to, that's pretty universal. Oh, it's going to be smaller than this Reese's Pieces. Like this Reese's peanut butter cup. It's going to be smaller than that. Look at that. Yep. Super tiny. Like I said, the thing was no bigger than this package right here. I'm like, it was that small. When it was finished. So, I liked it. I mean, when you look at it up close, like there are two browns there. I mean, you can see it, but you can't. You know, when I started putting it in the green, that's when I got a little bit more excited about it. But obviously I didn't have a hoop, so I was stitching this in hand. Not that that was going to fit on anything other than being able to stitch in hand. And then I was doing it 1/2 full cross. And then I'm like, am I supposed to be doing it full cross? Anyway, she has a whole bunch of instructions in here. I didn't read them. I just started stitching on it. Thought it was super cute. But like I said, I need a needle. One of these things has got to have a needle, because this one is the one that I really wanted to start on. And she gives you the buttons and the beads and everything in here. And she gave us the fabric. Luckily enough, by the way, here's the rest of that kit. Those colors, by the way, are just astounding. And this turns out to be amazing, but for whatever reason, the colors, like I said, it's not going to do justice when you guys take a look at this. I think this is done on the called for fabrics, Halcon? I don't know. Anyway, but I found a needle from one of the other, round robin kits, and then I was like, how am I going to cut this, because I don't need this long of a piece of floss for that, right? So I need some scissors. I just bought a pair of scissors. Duh. I'm telling you, Saturday was a day. But that's my lily pad. There are half stitches in there. Super itty bitty tiny. I don't know if I'm doing them right. But while I'm sitting there, I was talking to the ladies who were sitting there before, and then I was talking to the ladies that were sitting there, that got up, you know, that sat down when the others left. And I'll be dipped if they're not from Central Illinois. And they're like, well, you want to stitch with us? And I'm like, that'd be great, because we don't have, like I said, an LNS in the area. So, oh, one other thing that I bought from the Silver Needle, again, I used their coupon code, and I got this cute little floss drop. And I could not believe it. Sorry guys, let me try to. I could not believe it, because when I pulled it out to show this other lady who was there, I was like, would you look at this? It fits perfect with this bag. I mean, it did, and it was a total accident. Like, I don't know how it was great. I saw the reds and the blacks, and I was like, I just have to buy it. Anyway, so sitting there talking to them, and I'm like, they're like, yeah, you want to stitch with us? And I was like, that'd be great. How are Mondays for you? Or what they asked me, and I'm like, well, right now I'm a teacher, so who knows. So it was a fun time. I met some people I can stitch with, which is way cool. And while I was there, oh, this also came from Still Stitching with Susan. This cute little ornament. While I was there, one lady kind of comes in and just drops off. Something just fell off. Drops off a ton of stuff. So I went through and I grabbed a whole bunch of just stuff. Most of these are magazines, like old just cross stitch magazines. And I know that some of the patterns are probably torn out of there, but I think what I'll do is I'll kind of flip through them one time when I got some time on my hands, but I'm a teacher, which you know that was never going to happen. And I'll see about seeing which ones I like and which ones I don't, and which ones ever I don't like, and you know, I'll bring those to another retreat and drop them off for somebody else to have. So while I was there, that first night on Thursday, we were all waiting in the stairwell, because trying to wait for a elevator to go up to the floor was not going to be, the way to go. So we were waiting in the stairwell, and then there were some people, and they were sitting there, and we were talking, you know, where are you going to go? And I was like, well, I really want to go and see if I can get this bag, because I knew that they were one of a kind, and, you know, and they're like, well, what else are you going to do? And I'm like, I have no idea. I thought I'd just wander. And they're like, no, you got to have a game plan. And I was like, well, I guess I'm late. So anyway, one of the ladies that I was talking with in the stairwell, you know, I ended up following her around a little bit later. And then she came into the stitching room on Saturday when I was stitching before I left, because like I said, I had a major headache. I was supposed to leave to go to my cousin's party around 5 o'clock. I was supposed to go get dressed and leave, because it was like a 40-minute drive. Like I said, at this point, I had gotten a headache, and I don't know if it was the light that I was using, because I was using a daylight lamp, one of those ones that travels. I can't blame it just on that, because like I said, I was a little bit stupid where I wasn't drinking, I hadn't had anything to eat, and it just really came on, you know. So I don't think that stitching 40 count over 1 was like the best, but then I had kind of given up on that, and I had moved over to the 32 count for the Biscornu. And I was talking to these ladies, and it just 5 o'clock came, and I'm like, no, I don't think I can drive, because I'd get a little nauseous, you know. And then 6 o'clock came, and I was getting, you know, I was like, I kept sitting, and I'd stop stitching, and I'd talk for a little bit, and then I'd go and I'd look at the magazines and pull a few, and then 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock came. Well, 7 o'clock came, and I was like, I'm not going. I don't think I can drive 45 minutes and then, you know, want to drive back. I was like, my head hurt. Like, it was bad. And then toward the end, one of the ladies who I was talking with in the stairwell, and I ended up kind of following around, she's like, you're just following me. And I was like, I was in here first in this one room. She pulls this pattern, and she knew I was a newer stitcher. And she pulled this pattern, and she's like, you need to read this. And I was like, okay. And so she gave me, like, I go, well, you gotta give me your email address so that when I start it, I can, you know, update you with my progress. She's like, you need to read it, because this lady, Linda Driscoll, she does a really, really good job with talking you through and walking you through stitching. And it's a really pretty pattern, and I wouldn't have thought to get it, until she pulled it out for me. So I was like, I think I had learned from watching any Flosstubes that if somebody pulls a pattern for you, you take it seriously. So I did, and I do want to try it, actually. I think it's really pretty, but I'm not 100% sure of some of these flosses, because they say anchor pearl cotton number 8 and 25 yards of each color, so of the colors that are there, and then like 10 yards of the following colors. And there's some flosses that they ask you to get, and then they ask you to get some tapestry needles and some embroidery needles. So we'll see. Kind of excited about it, because it does look like there are really good instructions through this. So one of the ladies that I was sitting and talking with, she was working on a hardanger. They said hardanger, with the lady that gave me that pattern. And they're like, yeah, they have like a Hardanger University in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, you know, like once every year or so. And that if you're really interested in trying it, to try it. So I'm like, maybe, but not right now. Because there was a lot of punch needle stuff there too, and I was like, I really think it's cool, I like the look of it, but I'm not ready to start another thing, like diving in right now. We're going to hold off on that. So there were some other patterns. This is another, the Heart's Content. I liked the flowers, the Narcissus Paperwhites, and there's some patterns in here that I pulled. I thought this was cute from the Cricket collection. Ladybug Picnic, just with the ladybugs, because I went ladybug crazy. Did I grab any other patterns? It doesn't look like it. I think the rest are just magazines. I did grab a few patterns, like I said. So that was Galleria. You done? I'm done. I'm tired. This is a long old, and I got a mess to clean up, like you don't even know. And I still need to finish filming those other 2 videos. So it was fun. It was overwhelming. It's a lot to look at. But would I go again next year? Absolutely. Would I do the round robins? Probably. Would I do any of the classes? If there's another one that draws, draws my attention and I can go to it, absolutely. Would I not bring anything? No, I would probably bring a few things this next time, at least a pair of scissors and a needle and a needle minder, because at one point I put down my needle and I didn't know where I put it. So note to self, anytime you go to Needlework Galleria, bring yourself the basics, but pretty much everything else you can possibly want, you can get there. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I am sorry it's an hour and 44 minutes in this video, but I hope to see you next week. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave me a comment, question, thought, concern, whatever you feel like down in the bottom. For those of you that stuck with me, hey, I'll see if I can find something for you. I might contact you out of the blue randomly and be like, hey, send me your address and I'll see if I can send you something. If I can find something anyway. But yeah, it was super fun. I had a good time. Definitely, thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching throughout the entire thing. I hope you guys all have a great Stitchy week. Have had a great couple Stitchy weeks. I hope that you are safe. I hope that you are happy. I hope that you are feeling good and getting any help that you need, whether that be from doctors or from friends and family, and that you are being good at taking your meds, which I need to do too before I finish this next video. With that said,